How's it going?
I think it's going pretty well overall.
Okay.
Juliana seems to be getting the information down, and I don't know if everybody else wants to.
Hi, Mrs. Moran.
Hi, but it's supposed to be for parents only.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna just let you know that Friday was a very emotional day for me. No, actually Thursday was a very emotional day because I had to, well, Friday, I guess, leave and the classroom altogether. So up to that point, I was doing all my videoing and everything at school. But while I was at school, I still felt connected to the kids. So now we're in my small kitchen. This has become my classroom. And I have to share it with Molly as well. We were due to go to live lessons last week. We had a technological glitch, so we were encouraged to wait till Monday to meet with the kids. My temporary schedule, and I'll send this out so that everybody else who wasn't able to join us can get it, is Monday at 9 o'clock and 1:30, okay? The times will be the same, 9 o'clock and 1:30 on all days, but they'll be for different subjects. Tentatively, I had it for Monday was English language arts and social studies. That would be Monday and Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays were going to be religion and math. But as I'm looking at planning out the rest of the week for math, it really serves me better to do math live pretty much every day this week. So the 1 o'clock meeting or the 1:30 meeting will be math, okay? But I would also, as I push out those lesson plans, the reason I'm wanting to do them live is because they're different games for me to play with the kids, teacher versus students. But I will also attach those game boards to the lessons that you'll find in LMS. So you might want to get those boards and everything ready in the morning so that they have them in the afternoon, if that makes sense. Is everybody okay with that? So I think this week, the way I'm gonna do it is English language arts in the morning and then math in the afternoon. And then I'll just continue, to continue to video religion and social studies and send them out that way. Are we okay so far? Raise your hand if you're okay. Okay, or thumbs up, I like that too. All right, I'm trying to think of, I have, and it's not the people that are here that need to hear this, but it's imperative that we answer that morning question because that's my attendance. And I'm gonna try to switch that up a little bit this week, as well as turning the way we turn in assignments. And because something I learned on Friday at our faculty meeting that I did not know up until this point is that, and Molly's gonna click it, I'm gonna continue to talk, she's gonna put up the image so that you can see it. That one, this one, no, that one. Okay, that you see that blue box for every subject area on your LMS screen, okay? Does everybody sees that's where you get your assignments, correct? If you click on that red button, it allows you to upload, okay? So if you put on in the homeroom box, if you put the answer to the question, first you click on that, then you put in your answer, okay? And then you upload it. you should also be able to upload all of the other assignments in the other boxes that way, so that you're not having to do the CAM scanner, which has been an excellent thing for me. I don't know if it's been excellent for you, but it's been excellent for me. Nor would you any longer have to send your work via Dojo. Since this is a short week, and Thursday I'm making light because we are required to teach on Thursday, but I'm really going to make it light. So this is a good week to try all this stuff out. So I put a practice one in there for you to try out today when we're finished the meeting. And then if you can go ahead and let me know if it was successful or not, whether we want to try and continue to do it this new way, or if we go back to CAM scanner and Dojo and emails. Okay, so that's the one new thing.
Hold on.
Are we all back?
Someone had a question.
Who has a question?
It's Lily's mom.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. We have been turning it in on LMS, but we're not able to see the attachment, so I wasn't sure if it was working.
Yeah, because I have.
It's weird.
All right, because I haven't. I've seen some people who have answered the
Should I don't know.
what?
I don't know who it is though.
Hold on 1 minute. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Who's coming in via an iPhone? Raise your hand if you're coming in via an iPhone. Stephanie. Okay, I know you, so I can let you in. What was I going to say? I have been able to see some people who have written a response, but if I had it in the discussion box, which is maybe why you wouldn't have seen it. But like I said, on Friday, I learned if you answer right there in the assignment and just click that you should be able on that orange circle. Steve, you can jump in if you need to if I'm not explaining this well. On that button, you just push it so that you can add what you needed to add and upload it. And that's why I put the Saturday practice one in, so we can all practice with the Saturday one. If it doesn't work, then we'll just have to figure something else out. Because again, this is not my strength, the technology part, but I'm trying. All right, then the next thing is, I'm not the only one who's been having some difficulties with the Zoom recording. All last week it worked, but on Friday, a couple of us recorded lessons on Zoom, and when we went to convert them, it would not allow us to. And it's not the Zoom itself, it's the converting. So what I'm going to be doing next week, when I do my video lessons for religion and social studies, I'm going to be Zooming them through, recording them through Zoom, but I'm going to be uploading them to my YouTube channel, okay? Later on today, with Molly's assistance, I will email you the link to my YouTube channel, okay? All you will have to do is click on it, but then you have to subscribe to my channel, okay? And it's not till I get everybody in our class to subscribe to the channel that then I can make it private, so that only you 16, or if it's multiple parents that are gonna do it, make sure that you all subscribe, all right? Once everybody has subscribed, then I can make it private and only all of us can see my YouTubes. Yes, I have a lot of people that look confused and sad. Okay, all right. So we're gonna try that this week as well. So you should look for a lesson in religion and social studies on Monday via YouTube if everybody has subscribed. Okay, all right. The other thing you need to remember is to check on the specials are still trying to follow the same schedule. So remember, on Monday we have PE, and I know that coach has sent out a 2-week exercise log or something like that. Lily was quite the athlete, I guess, and finished everything in 1 week, which I guess is why she's so fit and trim. So you don't need to do that. You just need to do it on Mondays and Thursdays. The kids have PE, and keep track that way. I have not seen anything in music. Has anyone seen? If you have, unmute and let me know. No, nobody has. Okay, I'll get with Miss Dawsonberg and ask her what her expectations for you are, and to ask her to please put them in that music book box in our class wall. Okay, and then Monday is PE. Tuesdays are art and music, and I've seen the art. Mrs. Lugo has things in hers. Wednesday is art again. Thursday is PE again, and Friday is technology. And you all must have had some technology report, because I saw somebody turn in a technology assignment. Okay, all right. The other thing is, every night, the children should be doing extra math, okay, and their simple solutions. We should be starting on Monday with lesson 86. And then the Spelling City is their spelling homework, okay? And I tried this week to list them in order of the days that you are to do them. Thursday, we're going to try to take the test live with me, okay? And what the children should have ready for Thursday for that is that their homework just turn to a clean page in their homework copybook. Have them fold the page in half, and then they need to number from 1 to 6 on one side and 7 to 12 on the other side. Zylene would do 1 to 4 and 5 to 8, because she's working on a different list. So Mrs. Martinez, Camilla's mom, since Zylene's family's not on, if you could just pass that on to her at some point, I would greatly appreciate it. And then I will do the dictation. I will give them a word. I will use the word in a sentence, and I will say the word again. And then I'll review 1 to 6, and then we'll go on to 7 to 12. I will give them 2 sentences. And if you then could, that's probably one that you're going to have to cam scan and send to me personally, so that I can go ahead and check them and give them feedback and put the grades in the grade book. All right. When you send your work to me in the afternoon, I'm sitting and going through the work and grading it, and then I'm posting my grades the next morning, okay? I'm thinking of extending the time so that you have a little bit longer, especially since we're playing around with the new way to submit, to get it to me, all right? So if you see that I have now posted it till 7 o'clock instead of the 6 o'clock turn-in time, that's fine. I'm a little concerned, especially on Friday, because I saw a lot of people turn things in like at 1:32. And so that means that either I'm not giving the children enough, which is okay, because this week was supposed to be an easy week, or you guys are not following that suggested schedule, which doesn't have to be followed verbatim, but what it had built into it was a snack time, lunchtime, several different breaks in between. The children, when they're in my classroom, are not sitting from 8 o'clock till 1:32 working on assignments. We have different things that we're getting up and we're doing all day. So throw in a craft, a little bit, a 10, 15, 20-minute time to do a craft. Something where they're up and getting some exercise, where they're not so stressed out, because it's different and it's stressful, okay? I loved the pictures of the games and how you all involved other kids in your house in the games. We've got a 3-year-old that's gonna be rocking it next year in pre-K 3, who did wonders with fractions, okay? I don't know that Brianna's brother, either he lost the game or he was not too thrilled about having to play that game, because he did not look too happy. But I think it's wonderful that you're in. I know that Mr. Shuey, your son, older son, played with Aaron. That's the kind of thing that I want them to have some fun and not just be stuck in front of a computer all day long. We're not doing that. We're not doing that in the classroom. I don't want them to do it at home as well. One thing I will say from my friends that don't have printers, Mrs. Woods came up with this really cool thing that they've been doing. They've been saving the worksheets to an image and then opening it in Paint. And then you're able to write, use the computer to type in. With her fractions, she colored them all in that way. So if you don't have a printer, then that might be an alternative for you as well. I think that is all that I had to say to you. It's just, I miss seeing my group that I see every morning at the gate, either one gate or the other, just to touch base and say, hi, how are you doing? I miss the kids immensely. This has been very, very, very difficult for me. But in the 30+ years that I've taught, this is totally, totally new to me as well. I still felt connected to the kids when I was able to do this to my classroom because I had their artwork. Some of them had left some of their things behind, little gifts that they had given me that I had lined up all over the room. I'm trying to figure out how we can continue on with Sailor of the Week. Not quite sure, and I just feel like they've been shortchanged, and it's just really bothering me. But given that, you also need to know that this is a very small house, okay? And then I'm sharing it with a teacher. I'm sharing it with a puppy, so from time to time, you might hear her yap. My husband requires to be on a COPD machine, so you may hear that in the background. But just know that this is part of our everyday living, and it's just the way that it is. So just bear with me. And I appreciate all your patience and your support. You guys, there's a group of you that have definitely been my cheerleaders this week, telling me just to relax, you've got this, and I appreciate that. The other thing, my early bird people that get up early in the morning to check out how everything is, they're usually the watchdogs that say, okay, we're missing this, we're missing that. I am open to you guys telling me that, but if you see me post working on it, then just give me a couple minutes, because again, since this is not my forte, I'm trying to figure it out, and at the same time my phone's going bing, 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 bing with all of everybody all at once, okay? So if as a group you could just say, she's working on it, give her a minute, we'll find it, because eventually we have found everything we needed to find, but mostly because of my early birds who tend to be my watchdogs and put it in place. If you want to say something, go ahead and raise your hand so I can unmute you one at a time. Oh, the other thing I wanted to tell you, when we go live, before I let you all say your piece, when we go live next week, if somebody, and I know that at the Shuey household, we've got 2 teachers, so if you have to put Aaron on, not Aaron, Cameron on this, that's okay. But the first week when we do live, they're going to be muted. And what I'm going to do is use my sticks to call on them, okay? So if you would unmute them, and then when they're finished giving me the answer, mute them back up. Because what I'm thinking is if we do it this week and they see where you are doing the muting and the unmuting, that by the time we get into the middle of next week, they should then know how to mute themselves and unmute themselves, okay? So it's like everything we do in first grade. We learn it together, and then we pull away so that they are becoming independent and empowered to do it on their own. But I'm going to need you during those live lessons, or an older sibling, just to kind of sit with them and show them, okay, it's your turn, so we're going to unmute you. Now you're finished, and we're going to mute you back up, okay? That was one thing that I did want to tell you. Okay, so now if you want to raise your hand, and with Molly's help, I'm going to unmute you.
They can unmute themselves.
Oh, all right, so let's raise your hand, and I'll call, if I call on you, you can unmute yourself, say what you need to say, and then we'll go that way. So we'll start, this is like Hollywood Squares. We'll start with Alessandro's mother. Would you like to say anything? Yay. Okay,
Hello, everybody. I'm here.
okay.
Yes, you know, it was a hard week in the beginning, but we got it like the second day. You know, Sunday much better than the other, but Alessandro got it. I try to see with him most of the time to help him. For me now, it's working better. You know, we make it on time. Sundays better than other, but I need to say that I really appreciate your effort, because I know, you know, the technology is crazy. Even in that moment, sometimes, you know, the internet is just freezing because everybody is there. And but I really, really appreciate that we work together and we work like a family. I feel like you know, our group is like a good family that we have to support each other, and we keep on doing.
Okay, and next person, anybody? Oh, yes, Nicole, you can unmute yourself.
Just to let everybody know, I think most everybody's part of it, but I started a Facebook page that I tried to put everybody that was a friend of mine on Facebook on there, just as a first grade page, to kind of minimize everybody, like if anybody had questions that you weren't available to. So if anybody is not on there or didn't see the invitation, or you may not be friends with me at this time, let me know. I can give everybody my phone number. I think everybody has it, but it's 407-415-2116. And if you want to friend that page, I know Josari has used it, Sandy has responded, I've responded. A lot of you on here have responded on there, and it's just another way of keeping in touch. And maybe the watchdogs that Mrs. Moran's talking about, if we know there's an issue, we can put it up there saying, you know, Mrs. Moran's working on it. It just might cut down. I know there was a lot of text messages going back and forth in dojos last week, so it might just be easier to throw it up there and check there before, you know, contacting Mrs. Moran. So, and again, to mirror what Jessica said, thank you, Mrs. Moran. I know it's been a rough week emotionally and professionally, and I know we've all I've talked to a lot of parents, we've all experienced the same kind of first rough couple of days and then getting into the swing of things. But I think we're finding our way. And if anybody needs anything, I'm available to help on the technology side as much as I can.
Anybody else? Christy, Mrs. Powers? You okay? You don't have to talk if you don't.
Yeah, everything's fine. I hope it's good to see everybody. Been doing well adjusting back to the schedule. The only other thing, if like, are these live classes going to be recorded? Like, say if we can't make the live class?
Yes.
That's the only question.
Yes, they will. But again, where you're going to find, they should, I'm probably going to have to put it on YouTube. So that's where you would go to my page to get the recorded ones.
Gotcha.
And thank God I have the technology person to help me, because this is just, okay. Gabby's mom? She doesn't want to, okay. She has to, you have to unmute yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm missing everybody. I think we're doing good. The only question I had was the one Christy's having, because I'm still working, so it's a little tough with our little one. We're both still working, so my sister's trying to help me out. And I just want to make sure that we can still submit everything with the cam scan that Nicole suggested, because I think it would be a little harder to have to scan every document or email it to myself and then having to forward it to you.
You can, but I think the point of that is that whatever the assignment is, just go, when you hit that orange button, it just goes. That's why we're going to practice with the homeroom one today. Okay.
But we don't, like, let's say the activity sheets, we would have to print them out and then have the kids like color on it or fill it out,
and that's what I'm not sure. So
Okay.
if we want to keep with the cam, but please, 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 at least do the homeroom one that way, because I have to starting next week. What I've done this week, I've waited to turn in my attendance till 6 o'clock when I have everybody's work. If you've done your work, obviously you've been there, okay? But starting this week, by 11 o'clock, I have to turn in my attendance. So if we don't do it in any other box, please, please, please do it in that box. Okay?
You're doing a great job. You're even teaching us. We're staying, like, watching the videos and learning new things.
Well, my daughter, because I don't know if you can see it, but this is now my refrigerator is now part of, and I brought my little green stool, and from the living room, my husband can be able to see me. Molly said she can't wait to see my husband's reaction to all of this. He's going to have to go somewhere else. I'm good in front of kids. That's sometimes I think to myself, oh my God, these parents are watching. But I'm okay. It's coming.
Great.
Thank you. Mariella's mom.
Hi, everybody. I miss you all too. My daughter miss everybody, by the way. So we have to figure out how to make a chat where all the kids can see each other, because this week was like crazy. She's like, I want to go back to my classroom, Mom. I want to see my friends. And I'm like, calm down. We're going to figure out how to make that happen.
All I can tell you is that Molly and a few of, go ahead. Molly and a few of her friends had a ladies' night in last night. So I'm sure if they can figure it out, you all can figure out a way to get the kids. I will say I have enjoyed the pictures with the artwork that you guys sent, including the children's picture in that, the videos, the Studio videos. Those are not meant to be every night. Again, it's one of those things, if the kids had finished their assignments, it was an enrichment type of thing to keep doing. But I have enjoyed hearing the kids read and seeing their faces and seeing their smiles. So go ahead and continue to do it, but please know it's not an absolute thing that they have to do. The other thing is, later this week, I'm going to put a Sign Up Genius up for you to pick. I might be doing it on Wednesdays, and a time to pick to sign up that every Wednesday that I can call your child to talk to them, also to ask them to read a little snippet of whatever it is we're reading that week, because that's a way I can continue to check on their reading fluency and ask them a couple of questions to keep up with their reading comprehension. So again, we know that Sign Up Genius sometimes goes right to your spam. So I'll dojo and let everyone know when I've put that up. If you don't go get it, remember to go in your spam or your junk email to look for it there. Okay?
So Ms. Moran, a few other things. Number one, for the family in my case that have multiple kids, for sure, the Scan app is the best tool ever.
Okay.
To use.
Okay.
Because it's way easier.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, we have multiple clicks, you have to find the way how to, you know, how to be smart with the time. So that's one thing. And then the second thing is that if you don't mind to share your classroom daily schedule. Mariela is very structured. She likes to keep the things the way, you know, the same way you've been doing that in your class.
Okay.
So you kind of can share that with us. That will be great because we made our own, but yeah,
all right.
Sometimes you know to have the way.
Okay, and I
That's
will
it.
say that but you also need to remember, you don't need to, especially with me doing these live classes, it might not necessarily be at the same time we do. So it's there again as
Yes.
an idea to follow, but not be married to. And
Yes.
again, it's important to make sure that you include those brain breaks. They know to go how to get to go noodle.
Yes.
They know the Jack Hartman ones. So make sure you're doing those things as well. Okay?
Yeah.
Mr. and
Thank
Mrs. Rengel, anything you want to add? Nope. If you want to talk, you have to unmute yourselves. Okay. Camilla's mom, you okay? Thumbs up? Or do you want, okay. Steve, do you have anything to add? Okay.
No, everything's pretty good. It's a little hectic with 2 teachers teaching all day and trying to keep up with Aaron, but we're getting it there.
Yeah,
Training big brother.
and that's why I figured too that I was going to push that turn-in time back to 7, because I figure there might be other households that this, maybe not 2 teachers, but 2 people working from home, whatever. So the pushback to 7 might be helpful. Okay.
Yeah,
Will that
that's, we're usually getting things turned in after our day of work is over. So thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Brianna's mom? Oh,
Hi to everyone. I miss everyone.
where are you?
Brianna misses everyone. We are doing the schedule that you send us. Like that's
Okay.
how we going off of. Since I have 3 that are doing work, that's how we're keeping everything in line. But we did do PE the whole week. I
Oh, okay.
put them out. They go swimming, ride bikes, or do whatever. 45 minutes to an hour. I have them out there. They.
Okay.
I mean, I also have a 2-year-old, so I have to keep everybody busy.
So just remember to keep your journal and then you turn it in at the end of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes. Now we just gonna email it to him, or how do we do him, or do we send it to you?
I think you send it to him. You might ask Lily,
Okay. So,
because I think she turned it in already.
oh, okay.
Yeah, we emailed it to him.
They emailed it
Email
to
it to him. Okay. Okay. So.
and I loved, and I will post some of the games that the kids made. I got a text from Brianna's mom that does she really have to make a monster? Can't she make something, a unicorn? I'm like, go for it. As long as she's doing a rainy day project, go for it. And it is, I can't wait to post a picture. They all did a fabulous job, but this is like over the top. Looks like something that Mrs. Hernandez would have done. So she must have been hanging with Mrs. Hernandez a little bit too long or something. I don't know.
She loves crafts, so she went crazy. And since my little one's birthday was unicorn, that's why she got all the supplies from there, and she started making it. So that's how it turned out.
It turned out great. Okay, it looks like Mrs. Shuey wants to jump in. Okay, you're fine. All right, how about Stephanie?
Okay, is it working?
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know, this stupid thing. I don't do technology either.
Good.
So I know that I've had some issues with like doing all of his work and getting it all turned in without missing a couple of things, and you've been pretty lenient on telling me what we've missed.
Mm-hmm.
Is that, or am I I'm trying to think of the word. Is that too hard on you if I like miss something and turn it in the next day? Because trying to do him, Reagan, and Kennedy, and
no, I know with Brianna's family, she's got Brianna plus 2 older. I'm trying to keep in mind different situations. Okay, and so that's why even I'm thinking about pushing it back to 7. If you all think that pushing it back to 7 will help, I can do that. But my pushing it back to 7 does not mean that your child then plays all day and then sits down at 5 o'clock and starts to cram in the whole day. In order for them to be marked present, they have to be doing their school work. And it's okay if it's taking them a little bit longer or a little bit longer for you to turn it in, but they have to be participating and doing what they need to do. Does that make sense?
Yes, I was just making sure because I didn't want it to be an inconvenience, but I just realized as we were talking, I don't think I sent the video of his game in yesterday. So it's like my brain is going 100 times over with all three of them right now.
Right. I get it. I get it.
So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't an inconvenience to you if I realized that I left a paper out or I forgot to turn something in or I didn't send the email that I thought I sent.
So far, it hasn't stressed me out more than I've been stressed out. So we'll just roll with it and see how it goes this week. This week, it should be better for all of us, I think. Todd's mom, do you have something you'd like to join in with?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
About the schedule, we have issues at our house with schedules, obviously, because we only have one computer and it's my work computer and I work 70 hours a week. So, you know, I need to be able to use it. And then Carolina's got to go on there in junior. So, and with his medication schedule and it wearing off, I mean, we found like the past 2 days when you say take a break and get off, he was on a streak. So I didn't want to mess that up, but I just let him work straight through. And he didn't seem stressed. I mean, is that okay if that's what?
That's okay. And I will get with you privately about what maybe we can do as far as the technology end of it. Okay?
Okay. I appreciate it. I just feel bad because I'm like, get this done. And he seems to be okay. But, you know, I have to keep using you as a threat. Mrs. Moran will be upset.
Even at home, I'm a threat. Makes me feel so good.
No, but you know, he doesn't want to disappoint you. He doesn't care if he doesn't do what I ask, but he's going to listen to you.
If it makes you feel better, here with the new puppy, I'm the one that has to be the person. Its mother is way, way, way too lenient. But that's the way it's working here too.
But even when we're pushing through, we're not, you know, you can see when we turn our stuff in, we're still not all the way done until like sometimes right before the deadline, you know, sometimes at 4, sometimes at 5. But I mean, I'm like, I don't know how you get it all done. So thank you, praise you, all that stuff. Because I'm not cut out for this.
Well, hopefully it gets easier for all of us. Lily's mom.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We are still working. So it's kind of been a bit of a challenge. And we have to keep an 8 to 5 schedule with our work. So it's been a little bit challenging, but we're getting a handle of it, I think.
Okay. Again, if there's anything I can do, please reach out via email. I also gave you the phone number that you can reach out to me if you need to in a previous email that I sent to you. And Mrs. Hernandez and I have spoken that way once. I feel really bad because one day I kept getting a call from a number, and finally I just said, I don't know where you're getting my number from, but take me off your thing. And then when I hung up, I thought, oh my God, it could have been one of my parents. So if I did that to one of you, I'm really, really sorry. It was just a number I didn't recognize, and they kept calling me back repeatedly. So I think that's about all there is that I can think of. Again, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done with the kids this week. Mrs.
Moran.
Yes.
Before I forget one thing, are you planning to have or unlocked the night before any activity or homework that the kids gonna be working the next day? Just because.
Now, when I tried that, you all overachievers got on and did 2 days of work before you were supposed to. And so my fear is if I do that, you all are going to, again, be overachievers and do the work ahead of time, and then your children are not going to be doing their work when they're supposed to.
No, I'm not worried about, it's just the printing. part. For example, it's worksheets that they're gonna be using. So that way we can print it the night before and it's just to work on those things the next week.
I can do that, but I'm not gonna do it until like 8 o'clock when your kids are in bed, so that you're not tempted to have to go ahead and start the work ahead of time.
That's fine.
Okay.
Perfect. That's fine. That's fine.
And if you then I'm going to appoint, since she's room mother, if you don't see it at 8 o'clock, just ding me and say, hey, you haven't activated the pages. Can you do that for me? Thank you.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
One of the games that's coming up this week, I can really tell you that if you want to play it at home, there is going to be a couple of pages that have the cards for you to turn over so that they can play the game. Okay. So it would be helpful for you to be able to print it the night before if you do have a printer and you want to go that way. All right. So I will make myself, I have a note here. So 8 o'clock release lessons. Okay, so we're all good? Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Hopefully you can maybe post on your Facebook page that we had the meeting. I am going to, when I end the meeting, hopefully it converts correctly, and I will put it where? And I can't put it on YouTube because they haven't.
You can send out an email.
Okay. Molly says that
Too big.
this is probably going to be too big for Zoom to convert and upload. So the best thing for me to do is to put it on the YouTube, my YouTube channel, which means that you all know to look for an email that has that link, and then I'll just go ahead and send that letter to everybody, and hopefully we can get everybody on and subscribe, and it'll be there for them to watch as well.
I can put a quick note too on the Facebook page, kind of some notes of what we've talked about. I just want to confirm, you said that the Zoom, the live Zooms are going to be 9 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. approximately.
Yes.
9 a.m. being ELA and 1:30 being math.
For this
and then all the for this week, and then all the rest of the religion and social studies will be like you've done the pre-recorded ones, correct?
Right. Yes.
Okay. And then extra math, simple solutions should be done nightly as considered their homework, and then spelling city should be kept up with, and you're going to unlock the spelling city for each week the week before on that Friday, correct?
Right, but spelling city, the nightly spelling city, because it won't unlock for you until the right day that it's assigned. So their homework nightly is spelling city, extra math, and simple solutions. And this week, everybody should be on lesson 86. That's what we should be starting with on Monday. So if your child already did lesson 86, don't have them go any further, okay? All right. Thank you all for taking time out of your Saturday. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Keep up the good work, and we'll look for another time. The kids should be able to see each other when we go live on Monday for English language arts and math, okay? But again, I'm going to be calling on them with their little cards, their little sticks, which they're used to, and if you can unmute them if I call on them, okay? We're going to try it that way. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I might have them raise their hand, and if then you can unmute them if I call on them. All right. Oh, tomorrow's Sunday. We're not doing anything Sunday, please. Monday is what I meant. Monday, we'll use the sticks. Tuesday, we'll go ahead and they can raise their hand, and if you would unmute them, again, showing them how to unmute themselves, and when they're finished with their answer, muting themselves back. I think, and if you can possibly make sure that they watch video streamed mass tomorrow, that would be good as well. Or if you're not Catholic, your own whatever your religious services that are being streamed. Okay, goodbye. Great meeting and talking with all of you.